whenever you're ready. If you're eating, obviously. No? I'm just looking at stand-ups right now. Alright, so we're pretty much set. Everybody's finished. So we're really just talking about the season. Anthony's JV Black, they're eliminated. Gold is in. This game, check KPC's up. If you click on the team for a second, you want to see what KPC's schedule looks like. Their last game is going to be against Pat Meds, which is pretty much worse. And then St. Anthony's JV, their last game will be against Fort Melville. So basically, the Patriots are guaranteed to win this game. Basically, they need a win here tonight to leap. St. Anthony's wins tonight, even though they're short-handed, so if they win tonight, they'll leapfrog KPC in the standings, and they're not going to lose to Fort Melville. So whenever you're ready, we can go. From the rinks, it's Wednesday night hockey, the penultimate game here tonight before the varsity finals, and that season comes to a close. But right here, right now, Jack Ziska and Travis Quigley on the call in a game that could very well decide, shape even, the upcoming junior varsity playoffs. Travis, what do you have for us?
Like you said, definitely a game that could decide potential seeding. Currently, Kings Park Commack sitting in 5th place with a 12-4-2 record, 26 points. And this St. Anthony's Gold side in 6th place, 12-6, don't have any ties on the season, have one overtime win, one overtime loss. They're sitting at 25 points. Both have a pretty similar goal differential as well. Kings Park has scored 102 goals this season. St. Anthony's has scored 103, so no shortage of offense. And then Kings Park has only given up 58, as well as St. Anthony's has only given up 55. So very similar goal differentials. Both teams know how to score. Both teams also know how to keep the puck out of their net. I think this is going to be a really important game. St. Anthony's, with a win here, would be able to leapfrog Kings Park Commack and get that 5th seed. Always want to have a higher seed. It doesn't really matter what number it is. The higher you are, the better off your chances when playoffs roll around. And definitely Kings Park Commack coming into this one want to get that win, maintain that number 5 spot, especially with a tough game coming up at the end of the season against Pat Med.
And you're absolutely right. You know, when we talk about the Knights and net, the first name that comes to mind, obviously, the only name that comes to mind, it's Jackson Murray. When you take a look at the league leaders in terms of goaltending stats, Murray is right up there with everyone. He's actually tied for the second most starts currently. When you look at goals against average, he's in the top 10, which is impressive given how many games he's played, and he's got 12 wins, which is the second best mark in the entire conference. But on the other side, a new face for the St. Anthony's Friars. It's Ryan Wysotsky.
Before we slide over to Wysotsky, I just want to mention one last thing on Murray. He does have 3 shutouts this season as well, which is also sitting right at the top of the league leaderboard.
How could I have forgotten? Well, I want to offer my apologies for that one, obviously. Thank you for catching that, Travis. Obviously.
Wysocki to go to him real quick before we get this opening puck drop. His first game here tonight at the JV level.
And we'll have more on him as this game goes on. But for now, sit back, relax. Puck drop starts now. And we're underway. The Knights have won it forward. The Friars looking to turn the other direction. And a couple other things we should mention here tonight, because this is a bit of a different Friars roster than some of you might be used to seeing. Making their season debuts, it's Nick Lawler and Ryan Long for the Friars, as they are facing a flurry of absences here tonight. Nick Brown on the forecheck, pass to the slot intended for Coco, goes awry, so it's an inadvertent clear, and the Friars will benefit. They're now on the forecheck. Battling for possession. Puck comes around the wall. Buda Caboli holding it in. Honigman picks it off, heading the other way, cutting to the outside, fires, shot goes wide of Wysocki's cage, and Torrey couldn't get to it. Knights have it. Friars flying early. No Nick Busa, and a couple other names on this list that we'll get to are out tonight. And right now on the forecheck, Gavin Bocard, moving it to his backhand, circling, cutting in, pulls up backhand, forehand has it poked off his stick, comes over, shot kicked out, loose, a big save from Wysocki coming well out of his crease that time. Now the puck leaves the zone. The Knights have to reset under pressure.
Bocard, leading scorer on this KPC team. Expect him to have the puck a lot tonight.
And double check this for me. I think when these two teams last faced off, Bocard has a hat trick in that one. He's a really, really strong player. Right now, though, heading up ice, Friars enter, shot blocker down, punched out by Jackson Murray. Puck is flipped up but not out. And the puck comes out to the point, rolls on Nick Lawler. Bocard tries to headman it, and it's recovered by the Friars. They're now re-entering. Hurlburt on the forecheck against Nick Torrey.
Stat sheet showed Bocard with 2 goals and an assist last time these teams met.
All right.
Could have been a hat trick, not always perfect.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you for saying it, so I didn't have to. Well, it's way better than when you or I played. That's all I know.
I'm the color guy, so I'm supposed to be the one that takes the heat,
That's a good point. And now it's Buda Caboli, pressured by Belcastro. The Friars defenseman averaging just about a point per game, I believe. But right now, he's moving it along for Antonio Chong. Bocard getting physical, trying to force a turnover. Comes to Carrasco Jr. Friars can't hold the zone. Buda Caboli regrouping in neutral. Pressured by Mezzasalma. Gets the stick on it, lifting. Friars defense maintains possession initially, but now Will Bozeman to Joe Mezzasalma, looking for the wraparound. And the pass towards the point is redirected. Puck is not held in by Abrams, so now the Knights have to check up. Pascal and Mezzasalma make their way to the blue line as Buda Caboli heads up ice. Just 4 Friars on the bench tonight as they look for the zone entry. Pascal forcing a turnover. Mezzasalma nearly had a breakaway. Would have been offsides anyway, apparently. Friars get a bit of a breather there as Knights check up, regroup. And the pass to Jack Frank, who regroups beneath the goal line. Nice saucer pass collected off the wall by Abrams. And Travis, looks like a fast-paced start to tonight's game. What have you seen so far?
Really fast-paced through the first 4 minutes. Looks like KPC definitely has a lot more jump coming out of the gate, but you've seen the Friars. They've answered. Just got to try to find a way to slow down KPC right now, because they just, seems like everybody that's on the ice just has a lot of speed going.
Well, right now it's Jeffrey Grasso, averaging over a point per game. Made the pass to the slot. Friars can't settle it. It's rescued by Nick Lawler, sent towards the slot, and this is a really strong St. Anthony's JV goal team. Most likely better than their record would indicate. They have a pretty good record. Honigman under pressure. Turnover forced by Annunziano, and the clear won't go. Puck comes back to Brown, who's separated from Buda Caboli. And Travis, they've dealt with a lot of injuries this season. I believe they now have had, I want to say 6, maybe even 7 call-ups from the freshman level because of it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, too, short bench night. They got 6 forwards and 3 defensemen. So definitely going to be a grind. And like you said, they're a good team, so definitely something to watch for with that short bench. But they have the guys here tonight that can definitely make a difference. Obviously, without their top scorer tonight, Nick Busa. But still, you got to give respect to some of these names out here.
Brasso, for one. He's only played 7 games this year. That's due to injury, and I think...
He's got 14 points. He's averaging 2 points a game.
As the Friars dump in it, I don't know what the rules are for playoff eligibility, given the fact it was injury-related, I believe. So I know they couldn't have Zach Sorrell last year, in part because of it.
Injury, I'd give him the thumbs up.
Oh, I just meant the league rules.
Yeah, I'd give him the thumbs up.
And now it's Ebley heading off ice. Poked off his stick. Friars force a turnover. They're coming in. Knights on a change. They can't enter the zone. A golden opportunity slips through the Friars' fingertips. Now Budakavoli. Nice move there. Shot. Ends up lancing off Murray. And now the Knights heading the other way. Chipped ahead. Race for the puck. Budakavoli against Bocard. And the Friars defense gets better from that time. Pass around the wall to Rosa. Pressure.
Good job in both zones there by Budakavoli.
And now it's going to be Erahur's shot, which goes off Murray. He steered it towards the end boards. Now Gavin Bocard, once again heading off ice. Cutting right to left. Back to center. Backhand pass through the slot. Friars pick it off. Held in at the line by Torrey. And racing after it is Erahur. Knights win the race. Grasso off the wall. Give and go there with Carrasco Jr. Can't get the zone exit. Nick Torrey gets in front of it. Now Bocard wanted it. Carrasco Jr. forces it away. The attempted clear slips out in neutral. Grasso tying up, trying to settle it. Couldn't kick that one to his stick, and the Knights force a turnover. DeRosa up ice. Pass goes awry, ends up to Manunziano, and then ends up with Wizatowski, who hands it off to the Friars defenseman. And now from the back door, puck careened off the wall. Good opportunity for the Knights. Now it's loose in the slot. DeRosa walking in. Ended up back to Vargila. Bocard, shot, and a stop by Wizatowski. Wysocki? My apologies. Now Bocard again all alone. Poke check. Second attempt. Wysocki with the stop. Another stop by the Friars netminder.
Really nice save there by Wysocki.
He might be as good as... He's a very good player, which is the problem. So I'm going to have to say his name a lot tonight.
And Bocard there had a nice opportunity. Puck came back his way. He was all alone in front of the net there. Just lost it as he was trying to go to his backhand, but he stretched out. Almost beat Wysocki there. Low on his glove side, but a nice kick save. Keeping the score 0-0. And Jack, I could be wrong, but was that the first whistle we've gotten?
It might be, and they score! Pascal finds the back of the net off the cycle. The Knights lead 1-0. Matt Pascal.
Really nice play here. Face-off one in the offensive zone. Cycle down low from the point by Kevin Abrams. And then a nifty backhand pass there the other way. And you see the one-time shot. Looked like it went through the 5-hole there of Wysocki. And Pascal gets his team on the board. 1-0 lead here.
And
just under 7 minutes left.
Here's a little interesting tidbit for you on Wysocki, who has been really strong here tonight. He plays on the same team as Syosset Braves varsity netminder Nick Suma. His team advanced to semifinals this year. He also plays on the same team as EI's Evan LaFata and a couple other varsity names we know, like Joe Wandling over the Sachem, as well as James Dragan with the JV squad. So talented netminder, AAA Royal, and he loves that one right there.
And no whistle. Nobody near. No KPC forecheckers near, so the ref says play it out. And
that's a bit old school.
I like it. I really like it, honestly.
Well, old school, I feel like, should be shorthand for good, but maybe it's not. I feel like most of the time when you're mentioning something old school, I don't know about you, I don't mention bad things as old school. But now it's a 2-on-1 for the Knights. Semantics aside, shot ends up being deflected off Wysotsky, and now a race. Grasso coming in. Shot, save Murray. Puck is loose, pops out in front, battled for it. Knights get it up and out. Puck comes to Budakavoli.
Looked like Murray lost that one after the initial save.
And that goal. Oh, sorry, my apologies.
No, go right ahead, Jack. Sorry.
That goal from Pascal, assisted by Will Bozeman and Kevin Abrams. And now another chance. Budakavoli off the pipe and out. Abrams looking for the clear, fires it up the boards, and it rolls past. I believe that was Hurlburt, and now Friars have to settle.
Budakavoli's had a really good first period here for the Friars. Really strong first couple of shifts from him.
And now Connor Coco enters, pulls up, tried to lead Nick Brown. That one ends up in the near side corner. Trying to get to work on the cycle. Comes to Nick Lawler, who leaves it for the aforementioned Budakavoli, who's been all over the puck tonight, like you said. Chong with it, trying to slip through. And a turnover. Knights have numbers. Pass towards Kovacs, broken up by Annunziato. Knights have to reset. They enter offsides.
And exactly 10 minutes into this one, it's really been mostly KPC so far. Really strong start for them. They're up 1-0 here on a really nice goal, in my opinion. Nice passing from them. And they're getting another opportunity here off that face-off win.
Puck ends up coming up but not out of the zone. Ebley whacking at it, but it comes out to Antonio Chong. Ryan Honigman pressuring, forcing it free. And Knights with it. Lead pass intended for Kovacs goes Ryan Lawler. Had it momentarily. Knights trying to force a turnover. And right now, Coco has the puck. It looks like Honigman's in some discomfort. Might have fallen on his arm awkwardly there. We hope everything's okay there. But right now, Ebley moving it on. Chong forcing a turnover. Friars looking to settle it in neutral. Lawler backhanding it into the zone.
And just going to go back to the point I mentioned earlier. Friars just got to find a way to slow KPC down here. You know, angling needs to just be a little bit better, like there on Bogart.
Right now, it's Gavin Bocard who slips through. Shot! Wysotsky gets the outstretched pad. And like I said, the Long Island Royals netminder. Strong program, of course, and interestingly enough, just a year ahead of Bocard, actually, in terms of the roster. So definitely somewhat familiar with each other.
And when you have a guy like Bocard coming at you with that much speed, and you're the Friars, the angle that you play is extremely important in slowing him down right here.
And he's coming in again. Shot, save. Wysotsky gets the cover.
Wysotsky
has just been fantastic. My God. This one's really got me tonight.
It's all right. See, again, I want to go back to my John Madden Telestrator reference there. So I would go back to that one. And when Bocard's coming down on you that fast, you got to stay up on the blue line as much as you can. I think the Friars defense are backing in too much and letting them get those free shots, I would say.
And right now, a not shorthanded, but odd man rush for the Friars. Pass across intended for Grasso, who has definitely been noticeable here tonight. But Friars right now, and they've rolled through a lot of players this freshman level. You can only play 2 games the freshman at the JV level as a freshman. If you play a third, you're stuck here. You can't go back down. So the Friars aren't, of course, going to do that to any of their players. That's why they've had to run through so many. Fortunately, they have a strong freshman program. Argilla has possession, flipping it up and in to the Friars zone. They're going to collect beneath the goal line, and Budakavoli escaping Argilla. Bocard enters the fray. Pass goes off the skates. The Friars forward, comes out to Belcastro, looking for the shot, and stopped by Wysotsky.
Nice job there, coming out of the blue paint, challenging the shooter.
Bocard forced the turnover. Shot off the back of the net. Belcastro collecting the puck after it careened off the wall. Settled into his backhand. Pass to the slot. Flipped up. Out. And it goes past Jack Frank. He skates after it. We'll get a whistle. And Jack Frank got a call-up, actually, to the varsity squad earlier this season. Got to call his first varsity game. Real solid player, teammate of Bocard. And I really don't need to keep referencing the Long Island Royals, but it just so happens Frank, Bocard, all those guys, same team, so just a little interesting fact. And the face-off now. Shot blocked in front. Think that was a bit of a friendly fire block, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I want to say that one came off of Bozeman in front of the net there.
And now Pascal entering. Drops it off to Bozeman. Ends up behind him. Gathered shot. Paddled out. Chong looking to flip it out. Held in initially. Comes back out, and Menziano leading. Lawler separated from the puck by Abrams. And both teams battling for it. Jack Hurlbert got it into the zone. Knights looking to reset. Will Bozeman under pressure. Hands it back off to Frank. Lead pass intended for Mezza-Salma. No icing.
A really good look there on the stretch pass.
Pascal has it. Chong pressuring. Escapes. Fires. Shot kicked out. Rebound. They score! Joe Mezza-Salma finds the back of the net. It's 2-0 Knights.
And Mezza-Salma just is in the perfect spot right there. Pass comes off the half wall, or excuse me, Pascal walks off the half wall. Didn't pass it. Good roll there. Gets a nice shot. It looks like it hit a leg in front. Came off of Wisocki for the rebound and just ends up right on the forehand of Mezza-Salma, who makes no mistake, putting it in a roof. And you got to put it upstairs on that rebound there. It was a really nice shot.
Second point for Pascal tonight, too. He's credited with the assist after Mezza-Salma buried that rebound. Both those Knights forwards are still out as Buda Caboli carrying that one away from the front of the net. Headman's it to Grasso, who has to collect it off the wall. And the lead pass comes out of the zone. Brady Ebley has a brother at the freshman level, Grayson, who's a netminder, so another one of those 2 or 3 brothers you'll see go through programs. More and more common these days. Is heading up ice now. It's Buda Caboli. Fires a shot right in the breadbasket. 31 seconds remaining in the period.
And that was the first little bit of action I think Jackson Murray's gotten in a while, as his side has been dominating most of the possession, getting a majority of the offensive chances here in the first period. Friars definitely looking to get something going with 30 seconds left.
Shot towards the net was redirected. Friars pressing, and Chong sending it towards Buda Caboli. Shot ends up being redirected off the stick of Murray. Grasso under pressure. And the Knights force turnover. They whip it around the opposite side wall. Buda Caboli holding it in. Comes to Chong. Poked off his stick by Ebley. Comes loose in the slot. Grasso pulls up, looking for a shot. Clock is winding down. He won't manage to get that shot off. And after 15 minutes, Friars currently trail 2-0. Knights in the lead.
Jack, that was a really, really strong period, start to finish, from the Kings Park Commack Knights. I think they honestly pretty much dominated most of that period, puck possession-wise, really testing Wisocki early throughout the period as well, you know, putting a lot of pucks on net, generating rebounds, getting traffic. And, you know, the 2 goals that they scored were 2 team goals. One that was, you know, started with a face-off win, a nice cycle down low and good passing. And then another nice play by Pascal, rolling off the wall. Mezza-Salma there in front of the net for the rebound. So it's been a really good start to this one for KPC. For the Friars, something I mentioned earlier, just those angles a little bit, just angling off KPC when they're coming at you with speed, tightening up the gaps a little bit. I think that's going to go a really long way in slowing down the Knights, especially players like Bocard, Mezza-Salma, guys that have a lot of speed, guys that have the puck on their stick a pretty frequent amount. So I think that's the biggest fix that Friars are going to have to make here, just tightening those gaps. Wisocki's been really, really good in the cage tonight for the Friars.
And it'll be a face-off at center. Long change for both periods. How does that affect you when you have a bit of a short bench like the Friars do?
I think it's all about managing the puck and making those smart changes, right? Making sure you're making those changes when the puck is down in the end of the nights. You don't want to be making changes on the back check because especially with a short bench, that could really come back and hurt you.
And as the Friars chip it in, DeRosa looks to settle it. Under pressure from Chong. Lead pass to Brown. Puck comes out of the zone. Racing after it's Nunziato. Carries it beneath the cage. Zatsky, that is. And now a turnover force. Knights on transition. The backhand shot is gloved by the Friars netminder, Ryan Wysotsky.
And again, Knights starting the period early here. Getting shots on net. Trying to challenge the Friars goalie.
And I'm starting to see why his teammates just call him Wizzy.
Easier to say, huh?
A little bit easier. I'm not ready to accept defeat yet. As Abrams' shot is redirected. Rebound is loose. Kicked out in front. A big stop by Wysotsky.
Beautiful save there.
Tied up. Friars force a turnover. Nunziato looking for it. Poking it up the wall. Pushed out of the zone. Off the wall. Chong slips through. Friars enter. And a bit of friendly fire on that collision. Knights survive a one-man break for Lawler. And Kovacs trying to force the turnover.
Penalty coming here.
Looks like it's going to be going against the Knights.
Good mitts in the neutral zone there from Antonio Chong. But like you said, a little bit of friendly fire. Just didn't see his teammate cutting across the blue line there, trying to straddle and stay on sides, but ends up working out at the end of the day. Friars get the power play opportunity here. First power play of the game for either side. So it'll be interesting to see how St. Anthony sets things up here as they try to respond and cut this lead in half.
And Nick Brown's the box. The call on the ice was roughing. Face off in the left wing dot. Rosso tying up and trying to win that forward. Coco forcing a turnover. Backhand to that one up the wall, and that's pitched out of the zone by Argilla. Udagavoli skates into it. Bocard pressing. Gets a stick on it. Tying up beneath the goal line, but the Friars defenseman comes away with it. Heading up ice, breezes his way into the zone, carrying it towards the corner, pulls up, pass towards the slot, puck is high, ends up going just over off the stick of Lawler, who's trying to settle it now, pass to the point, and a handoff, trying to move that one back from Rosso. Turnover, Coco has it, looking up ice, has Argilla and Bocard. It's a short-handed 3-on-2, Bocard coming in, shot kicked out by Wysotsky. That one went off the toe. And now Coco recollecting, sends it back in. It glanced off the glass there. Bocard pressuring. Friars managed to get a clear, but Long tries to enter. Argilla takes him down. Knights get it back. Heading up ice once again. Gavin Bocard against Christian Udakavoli. Bocard tried to go through his legs. Friars defenseman with a strong poke check. He now steps into it. Heading up ice. 45 seconds remain on the Friars power play. It's a 2-on-2. They enter the zone. Udakavoli cutting across. Poked off a stick by Coco. Bocard once again. And he'll just send it all the way down as Coco chases after it.
Good speed by Coco getting there first. Now he's going to try to eat some clock here. Just hold the puck against the boards. Bocard joining him now.
He can really wheel, and right now Carrasco Jr. battling down low. I believe Antonio Chong, the other forward down low, is he comes away with it. Picking up speed now. Pulls up, fires. Ends up creating off the wall. Long skates into it. Whips it around. Belcastro stepping into it. The penalty has expired. Chong forcing that one back in. Ebley looking for the clear. Friars still holding it in. Hot attempt by Chong. It's poked off his stick, leaves the zone. And the puck has to be collected by Marico Carrasco Jr. Now, lead pass comes. Friars enter. Knights break up the play, but ends up beneath their own goal line. Bozeman's pass picked off by Lawler. Gets it right back after his first pass is deflected. Comes out to the point. And it's come right back to Lawler. Sent towards the slot, pass is deflected. Rosso beneath the line, puck rolls on him. Coco then fires it up. And Budakavoli gets a stick on. Off the wall. Finds Rosso. He tried to slipped through, but a turnover forced. Heading the other way, it's Matt Pascal trying to split the defense, and it's poked away by Wasotsky. They will continue. Knights have possession. As the Salma handing it off at the line, and a nice stop there off the shot from DeRosa.
Really nice wheels there from Matt Pascal as he tried to split a couple defenders. Almost successful. Got taken down right at the last second, so he wasn't able to get that shot off. But really, really good speed, and I'm impressed with how fast this Knights side is. A lot of guys that can really wheel.
And another shot on net, another stop by Wasotsky, making his belated season debut for the Friars, and he's really impressed here.
Yeah, can't sleep on how good he's been tonight. He's been really, really solid for St. Anthony's.
And as the draw is won back, a shot, and it's gloved again by the Friars netminder.
I'm sure he'll keep taking those. That's about 2 in a row that were just kind of almost like a little pitching wedge right into his glove.
Pitching wedge, I like that one. And another one set towards the net. Play is broken up. Annunziato sending it around. Waller looking for it. Can't find it. Pascal trying to chip that one past. Annunziato looking for the pass to the slot. Ends up moving it to Mezzasalma. Shot blocked. Puck comes out of the zone. Racing after it to Rosa. Under pressure from Grasso, who forces the pass that rolls to Mezzasalma, who escaped Grasso. On the forecheck still. Knights eventually regather, re-enter. Now, give and go with the half-wall turnover force Chong to Lawler. The freshman in his debut, escaping pressure shot, kicked out by Murray. Chong collects in the corner. Fires it towards the slot. And Torrey breaks up the pass, comes out to the point of Annunziato. Down low to the front. Grasso can't collect that one as it rolled past him. Comes out into neutral. Caraher with possession. Mezzasalma pressuring. Picking up speed off the turn, but forced to pull up after losing the handle. Now he's regathered it across the red line, enters the zone, managed to make his way through, shot, turned aside, rebound popped out in front, and guided into that far side corner. Knights now reverse to the weak side, sent towards the front, trying to knock that one out. It's held in initially, good effort there by Caraher Jr., or by Caraher, my apologies. Now Annunziato trying to reset, makes the lead pass. It ends up going past everyone. It's going to sputter out, but still crosses the goal line, so we get a whistle for ice.
Jack, I think through the first 6:09 of this second period, I think this is a lot more what we're used to seeing from the Friars. The style of play, how they're attacking this period here. I think that they have found their legs to start this second period. They've had a couple chances, certainly more chances than KPC has had through the first 6 minutes or so in this one, but I like what I'm seeing so far here from St. Anthony's.
And right now, Knights have it. Friars pressing. They're aggressive in their own zone, as you've mentioned, and Jack Frank at the line. Give and go. Brown, puck ends up coming up, and then nearly comes out of the zone. Friars break it. Back down low. St. Anthony's looking for a clear. Jack Frank has it. Play is broken up. Second attempt. Now the Knights defenseman putting it on for Brown. Honigman, shot blocked, loose in front. Set towards the front again, and this time it's deflected. Comes out. Abrams in a race now. Hurlbert, Friars forward, boxing out, trying to spin away from pressure, and ends up working it along the wall, ends up in the near side corner. Chong against Frank, and Friars trying to settle it. Honigman comes away with it.
You got to watch out for Honigman. 19 goals in 18 games coming into this one. Definitely one of the snipers for the Knights.
And as Jack Frank has possession, puck comes up and out of the zone, sent all the way down with icing.
Good chance here for the Friars. Cut the lead in half. Face off to the left of Jackson Murray.
And it's worth mentioning, just wanted to double check this. Honigman actually got a call up to the varsity level as well. I forgot to mention that. My counterpart, Eric Bellier, was on the call for that one. But right now, Honigman playing at the JV level, trying to make a deep run in this year's playoffs. But first, they look to take care of business, lock up the 5th seed. They lead 2-0 here tonight. Icing waved off. Brasco Jr. sends it around the wall. Friars heading up ice. Caraher after it. Resets Butakaboli. Cross ice to Lawler. Enters. Sends it on net. Murray elects to put the trapper over.
Yeah, it looked like both sides were just looking to settle things down a little bit that shift. Looked like the puck was bouncing a little bit. Weren't getting as clean of passes as each side were looking for, so I'm sure a whistle there helps both sides just settle back down a little bit.
And right now, Knights under pressure. Puck was in the slot. Friars don't get a shot off. Puck now leaves, deflecting off the defenseman. Wysotsky leaves it. And it comes to Butakaboli in the corner off the pass from Carrasco Jr. Poked up the wall, race for possession. Grosso, Frank carrying him, slips by Ebley, separated from the puck. Knights looking for the clear. Butakaboli shot, ends up skipping wide, just trying to keep the zone, maintain possession under pressure. But now Jack Frank cutting towards center, under pressure from Grosso. Actually, that's Bocard, actually. My apologies. Who's now pressing against Butakaboli. Comes out to Argilla. Separated from puck, leaves the zone. And Connor Coco with it in neutral, under pressure. Pass comes across to Rosa. Battling for it, tied up, comes back out. Sent towards the slot, stepping into one shot, kicked out, loose. And we get a whistle and a penalty going against, I believe that's going to be the Friars. You see the arm up before I did? I didn't see...
I saw the arm up. I didn't see the infraction occur, but based on the linesman skating Ryan DeRosa over to the box, it's safe to say it's going against Kings Park. So a second power play in this period coming up here for the St. Anthony's Friars. Couldn't capitalize on that first one, but I thought that they generated a little bit of momentum coming out of it. KPC definitely aggressive on their penalty kill. So Friars going to have to move the puck quickly to get things set up in the way that they want. Try to get KPC moving a little bit. And of course, as I always say, shots and traffic on net.
And with the hooking call, Friars get a chance. 5-on-4 man advantage. Puck comes to the point. Annunziato under pressure, trying to move it back up the wall. And comes to Bocard. He one-hands it out of the zone, tied up. Friars trying to settle it. Shielding it. And Bocard comes away with it. Coming in one-on-one. Slips it past Annunziato, a short-handed breakaway. Forehand, backhand, and off the bar. He had a wide-open net. A beautiful move, maybe too wide open even for him. And now Grosso the other way, coming in. Shot, save. Shot again from Grosso, and a glove save from Murray.
Take a look at the replay there, Jack. The St. Anthony's breakaway, if we get some time, we'll take a look at that breakaway as well from Gavin Bocard. The nice blocker save. And if we can show you real quick.
Oh, we don't have time for that one.
Don't have time, unfortunately, but...
Butakaboli to Annunziato.
Really nice move from Bocard there, short-handed.
And right now the puck rolls on Butakaboli, but it doesn't cross the blue line. Good keep for the Friars. Knights send it the length of the ice. Mezzasalma now chasing. Wysotsky comes out and sends it up that strong side wall. Butakaboli cross ice. Skating into it. Carrasco Jr. to the outside, pulling up, shielding. Still has it. Drops it off along the wall. Coco flips that one out. Ends up pinballing off the wall. Nunziato moving it up ice. And it's taken away. Mezzasalma coming in. Shot blocked by Budakaboli. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Friars defenseman picking off that pass. And now heading off ice. Dropped off along the half wall. And a turnover once again. Knights pushing it up ice. Pascal coming in. Pulls up, shot. Lances off the glass. Settled by Mezzasalma. 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Pascal has possession of the puck. Now the penalty's expired. Friars and Knights battling for it. Heading up ice. Grasso, 3-on-1. Lost the handle, shot, loose in front, poking at it, batting at it. It's flipped up. It comes to Pascal. Trying to find Honigman. Pass goes awry. Hurlbert has it. And a nice feed there. It's dished off to Grasso yet again, entering this time 1-on-3. Drops it off. I believe that was Caraher going for a change. Knights forced the zone exit. They gain possession. Honigman coming in. Budakaboli back shot off the bar and into the net. Netting, I should say.
Jack, that all starts with two really solid defensive plays by Brady Ebley, blocking a shot first on a 3-on-1 and then making a strong poke check on Grasso at the top of the circle, which forced the puck to come back the other way, allowed Honigman to get that shot on net off the crossbar up into the netting, as you said, but offensive zone faceoff with another good opportunity.
And right now, a shot and a save from Wizatowski. Comes out in front. Another stop. We get a whistle. The Friars netminder denying the Knights their a potentially third goal that time.
And that was an unbelievable save right there by Ryan Wysocki, diving across with his chest. Might not get time here, but we'll make sure we show you that one.
At the very least of the period is Brown battling now for it. It's sent into the weak side corner. Nunziato trying to lead long. Pass ends up going just past him. Chong had it momentarily. Honigman now coming in. Cutting to the outside. Shot off the shoulder of Wysocki. And now the Friars looking for a clear. Pass off the wall. Racing after it, it's Chong in open ice. Tied up by Torrey. Shot goes wide. Waller can't get to it. Comes out of the zone, and Nunziato goes off the official and out of play.
Yeah, I think that one rolled on Chong there. Good wheels to catch up to that pass. Nice play as well to get it out using the boards. Chong skating into some open space. Like I said, I think that one just rolled up on him on the last second as he was releasing on the follow-through. But nice play right there from the St. Anthony's Friars.
Face-off. Ends up being controlled by the Knights. Honigman cutting towards center, blows a tire. Nunziato against Kovacs. Knights and Friars battling for it. Friars forcing it out of the zone. Brown racing after it. Comes to Ebley off the wall. Chong soccers that one to the stick. Trying to slip through. Gets it shot. Turned aside. Rebound is loose. Murray with the stop. And it comes up, out. Knights survive. Tricky sequence there. Honigman cutting across, left to right. Pulls up on the outside. Shot. Turned aside by Wysocki. Sent around the wall. Friars pressuring. And it's flipped up, out. That one's going to go all the way down, but just barely makes it there. Good effort by Caraher.
Back and forth action here. No goals scored in this second period. Wysocki standing tall for the Friars, making a lot of big saves. Jackson Murray as well, doing the same for the team in white, gold, and black, the KPC Knights. Still 2-0 here. Matt Pascal, 2 points on the night, goal and an assist, Jack. Been real solid.
Absolutely. You can't say enough nice things about Pascal's play, and right now the Friars, they've generated some chances. Caraher racing up ice. He creates the breakaway. Coming in. Shot. Save. Murray. He gloves it. 48.3 seconds remaining. The Friars are flying here.
That was a really, really nice recovery there by Connor Coco. Coming back, I think he got a stick on that shot. Made it a little bit easier for his 10D Jackson Murray.
And right now, as Grasso battling with Bocard, the face-off, one back, and moved up ice, pushed ahead. Bocard with it, sending it towards the slot, looking for the shot. Friars get the clear. And trying to shuffleboard that one along. Both teams whacking at it. It's kicked out towards center. And trying to slip past Bocard and taking away from Grasso. Comes in, cutting from his backhand to his forehand. 10 seconds remaining, regains possession. Pass to the slot, shot redirected. Puck careens off the wall. Sent towards the front, one last shot attempt, blocked. And that'll do it for the second period. And Travis, we talked a lot about that save. Let's try and see what we got from it.
Yeah, we'll pull that replay back up for our loyal viewers at home. Really liked Wysocki's game here tonight. You see the faceoffs, one back shot comes over. Rebound gets punched out by the blocker. A little spinning shot there. Comes off some skates, goes to the back door wide open and diving across. Just amazing effort, beautiful play. Not sure if he got it with his chest or if he got it with his blocker, but you see another shot came in there and made a nice job squaring up to the puck, pushing out to the top of the crease, challenging the shot from the point, and able to make a nice key save there.
And, you know, there's a lot to like here from the Friars' point of view. Tell me about one player you think has really stood out. We've talked a lot about Buda Kabuli. Are there any forwards that have really stood out in this second period for you?
Well, you saw Grasso. He's been mixing it up with the speed a lot. He's got good hands. I think he just has to simplify a tiny bit. I think KPC knows what's coming with his game. And, you know, I think that was the biggest thing that the Friars made in between the first and second. They made the necessary adjustments, so we didn't see any goals in that period. But I think that was almost by design. You know, KPC has definitely stuck to the game plan, playing with a lot of speed, but the Friars did a good job minimizing that. They got their opportunities. They had some power play chances. I think they just got to work the puck around a little bit more, you know, kind of simplify a little bit, find that team game a little bit more, and the opportunities are going to come.
Absolutely couldn't agree more. Face off. Ends up being won by the Friars. They enter. Grasso slid in. Shot, scores! I'm sorry, Travis. What was it you said about simplifying?
Nice move right there. Good way to start the third period. 12 seconds in.
Jeffrey Grasso, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice toe drag through the middle. And I like the move right there, taking the shot, not trying to make another one. Beats Murray on the glove side. Murray hasn't been tested too much here tonight.
And as the Friars win the draw back, Buda Kabuli moving it on ahead, ends up being deflected into the zone. Torrey collects, he's under pressure. Tries to one-hand that out of the zone. It's pushed back up the wall. Carried beneath the goal line. Looking towards the slot. Move to the point. Misfired. And it leaves the zone to Bozeman. Ended up guiding that one out, but Friars get it clear. They now end up benefiting from it. Face one back, Abrams with it. Sent it into the zone, and Kovacs forcing a turnover, push towards center. Picking up speed, entering, Caraher to the outside, wanted to cut back in, and Frank throwing the shoulder there. Honigman looking up ice. Brown, and the Knights enter off sides. Off one forward. Heading up ice. Chong curling, spinning. Trying to move it to center. Puck is taken away. Then the pass towards Kovacs. Nunziato tied him up. Icing waved off. Robert off the end boards. Carried up ice. Play is broken up. Honigman got a piece of it. Now Brown pressing. Nunziato gets it back. Trying to get the clear, he does. Carrying it up ice. Chong separated from the puck by Abrams as they got tied up racing for it. And bouncing puck ends up being settled by Kovacs. Nunziato stepping up, poking at it. Friars come away with it. Grasso tries to slide that one ahead, but play is broken up. Brady Ebley moving it D to D. Abrams now looking up ice. Bocard carries it in. Tries to split the defense. Lost the handle, or at the very least had it poked off his stick, and the Knights now look to settle it. Connor Coco up the wall. Friars have to wait. Checking up here. Carried in towards the slot. Caraher shot off the beat. Rebound. Comes all the way out. Hurlbert wins the race. Tried to move that one along. Got tied up. Knights heading up ice. Coco entering. Drops it off. Gets it back. Pass. Direction shot. And stopped by Wasatsky. Off. Pushed forward by Belcastro. Udicavoli moving it up ice. Comes towards Chong after Okar got a piece of it and ends up dumping it in on the chase. Caraher sends it off the back of the net. And now Coco with the puck moves it up ice. Comes to Okar, cutting towards center. Tried to move it back towards the wing. Poked off his stick. Belcastro sends it into the far side corner. Friars looking up ice. It's Lawler ahead to Chong. Shielding. Trying to pull up. Bokar gets a piece of it. And the rest of it is with, I believe that was Belcastro forced turnover before Bokar got that shot on net. And we get a stoppage here. Travis, what have you liked this period from the Friars? What do you think they're doing differently? If anything, of course.
Well, I think they're slowing KPC down to begin with. You see KPC's not entering the zone with as much speed. And they're doing a really good job in the face-off circle. You saw they scored 12 seconds in due to a face-off one and just got a clean break out there.
And now Grasso circling on his backhand, pulls up, brings it back to the forehand, drops it off, nifty move there. Puck comes into the corner, Lawler backhanded towards the front, it pops up, and Bozeman moves it on ahead. Pascal, drop pass, shot from Ezasalma, kicked out, Bozeman on the rebound, it's blocked. Puck is loose in front, there's a pile up. The shot is blocked and both teams space out a little bit as Ezasalma's shot blocked and then covered. Wasatsky, another big stop, keeping his team in this game. won by the Friars. They head up ice. Abrams trying to take away the angle, so it's chipped on ahead. Heavily steps into it. Fire down the zone. The Friars recover. Bozeman on the forecheck. As that pass is deflected, puck comes out, and Pascal had it momentarily, and then it's poked ahead. Trying to settle that one. Friars have it. Chance. Wraparound attempt. It's loose. It was poked aside by Murray. Eberle got the rest of it. And a shot from Karaher is blocked. Bozeman now on the breakaway, coming in. Trying to settle. Shot. Save. No! It slips in! Will Bozeman. It's a 2-goal game yet again. And Wysotsky has some sort of gripe with that one, as Bozeman's first shot and ends up rolling free. Bad luck for the Friars netminder. His team trails by 2 here, and they have to find a way to shift the momentum quickly. Carried forward, Grasso coming in, shot, blocker save, Murray. Puck is loose beneath the goal line. Reversing it, wraparound attempt, it's turned aside, loose again. Still battling for it, Grasso carrying it around. Brown angles him off, threw it up the boards. Chong trying to hold that one in. Knights battling for it. Comes out of the zone and under pressure. Held and then moved along. Entering. Cutting to the outside. Shot from Chong is turned aside. And there's a late penalty. It looks like it's going against the Knights.
I think high sticken's the call there. Third power play here for St. Anthony's. 0 for 2 on the night so far.
And right now, Friars battling for it. Ends up being whacked at, nearly comes out of zone. Budakavoli holds it in, but there's a penalty against the Friars now, and this short-lived power play has reached an abrupt conclusion.
Not what you want if you're St. Anthony's down by 2. You get that power play opportunity, and just 10 seconds in, you lose it.
Chong to the box. It's the first call that's gone against the Friars here tonight. They've had 3 power plays, and they weren't able to capitalize on the first 2. They have their third cut short. And now Honigman in the dot.
A little 4-on-4.
And as the Friars end up battling for it, it's 1 forward. Comes out the slot. Torrey shot blocked, went off ground. Racing after it, Budakavoli sends him down and settles it. Looking up ice to pass, ends up going awry, heading up. Honigman shot over the net, glancing off the glass. It's now rolling towards center. Coco has it, trying to settle it. Grasso can't force it free. Knights forward heading the other way. Karaher breaks it up, but it comes back to Coco. Shot sails over the net. Brown racing after it. Tried to get to work on the cycle. The pass was picked off, and that one leaves the zone. Race for it. It's heading towards Murray's net, but he stays in his crease. Coco will play it. And tried to slip past a forechecker that time. 50 seconds remaining at 4-on-4. Nick Brown moving it along. Ryan Honigman enters to center. And the shot over the net once again. Friars reversing this time, picking up speed. Chip off the wall. Give and go. Karaher cutting across. A shot towards the net is blocked. Went off Nick Brown. Moved it on for Torrey. Gave it right back. And it's poked loose at center. Friars checking up. It's carried in now. And it's Carrasco Jr. this time. Has it poked off the stick. And Coco heading up ice. Battles through. Muscles his way through 2 Friars that time, and as Lawler forced to free, it came to Bocard. Stepping in, slips by, backhand shot, turns aside by Wysotsky. Penalty that expired for the Friars. Play returned to 4-on-4, now 5-on-5. Chong coming in, shot, gloved by Murray.
Not enough time to set anything up there if you're KPC on that little 10-second power play, but good if you're the Friars here with face-off in the zone down 2.
Right wing dot, Rosso won it to his wing, D to D. Sent towards the front, redirected just wide. Nunziato fires that one down. Lawler tried to throw it out in the slot. It got deflected. Abrams had it momentarily tied up, and now the puck leaves his own Bocard. Lawler throwing the lumber a couple times there, and puck is loose now, and then Friars recover, pass up the wall, and a shot that ends up pinballing off the wall. Bocard collects it, left wing side, tried to go through a defender, and ends up the Friars was lead pass intended for Grosso goes awry. Nunziato up the wall as Grosso cut to center, so ends up with DeRosa for KPC, and they send it down. Collected by Hurlbert. Lead pass to Lawler. Ended up back with Hurlbert. D to D and Nunziato. Ahead. Enters. Grosso trying to slip through. Ebley separates him from the puck. Clearing attempt ends up ricocheting off Belcastro, but now Bocard heading up ice. Drops it off for Argilla. It's in his skates. Tried to kick it to his stick. Friars racing ahead. Chong heading up ice. Flips it in. Goes off Coco. He sends it into his own bench, and we get a whistle. Faced off in the defensive zone. Dot on the side of your screen for the Knights. Face-off ends up being won by the Knights. Puck comes out of the zone past Cal. And Friars resetting. Looking up ice. They have time. And as they chip it in, long pressuring. Ebley has it. Up but not out. It's held in by Budakavoli. Walks in, shot, he scores! The Friars make it a 1-goal game. This time it's Christian Budakavoli, and that's his 8th of the season.
Yeah, I've been mentioning Budakavoli all night long since pretty much the opening shift in the first period. Nice job keeping the puck in there, swivels the hips, changes up the angle of the shot just a little bit. Nice job putting it short side high.
Swivels the hips.
Yeah, he opened up his hips.
No, I know. I've just always heard it called mohawking. Am I entirely wrong there?
Either or.
Could no. Well, no. I would like to know if I'm wrong. You can always.
No, it's called that. It's
all right. Just making sure. I wasn't sure if there was some slight technical difference. Pascal coming in now. Sends it towards the slot. Puck ends up with the Friars. They're looking to tie it. They've trailed for the majority of this game. Carrasco Jr., a little change of speeds, walking in. And it's turned aside by Murray. Puck is loose, jabbing at it. It's loose in the slot. We get a whistle.
Good job hugging the post there by Jackson Murray.
And face-off is one back, comes to the point. Slid across shot from an off angle. Murray gets the stop, and 2 goals for the Friars, both unassisted. All 3 goals in this period have been unassisted. Grasso in the dot, wins it. Backhand feed, comes off the wall, looking towards the slot. Pass ends up in the skates of Kovacs. He guided it towards the wall and then pushed back into the corner. Knight's looking for a clear. It's gloved down at the line. Flipped up, Grasso pulls up, drops it off. Friars with possession, trying to settle it. Grasso has it poked off his stick. DeRosa fires it up the wall. Comes to Hurlburt. Friars still battling for it. Hurlburt shielding it, kicks it ahead. Knights come away with it. Sent up and all the way down. And it's left for Budakaboli by Wysotsky. Heading up ice now. Friars have possession. 3:15 remaining. They enter. Budakaboli, the outside, looking to cut back in. Pass across, intercepted in the slot. Trying to flip that one out, they can't. Comes back down. Abrams collects. Looking cross ice, can't find the pass. Comes back to Carrasco Jr. Trying to draw Abrams out, he can't, so he fires it in. Coco will collect beneath his own goal line, carrying it towards that near side wall. And zone exit broken up by Hurlburt. Hands it off. Pass to the slot, looking for a shot. They find it. It's stopped by Murray. 2:38 remaining, clock winding down, time running out. It's do or die for the Friars. They need a goal to tie this one.
Definitely getting chances here. They've controlled the majority of the possession here in this period.
And it looks like we got a timeout here by the Friars.
.238, time to draw something up. Don't think we'll see Wysotsky go to the bench just yet, but
and right now, if you're the Friars, what is it you want to do to make sure you can find that some open space and beat Jackson Murray, who's been very solid tonight? He's been solid all season.
I'm going to say the same thing I said in the last game, you know, just it all starts with winning the face-off here, and really it's just quick puck movement. You want to get the defenders moving of KPC, try to get them all to get puck watching, because usually when you can get the other team puck watching, that's when something opens up, a lane, a shooting lane, passing lane, something will typically open up. So it's really all about possession and puck movement at this point of the game for the Friars, and getting pucks in traffic at the net. For KPC, you want to keep things tight. You want to make things as hard as possible, try to keep the Friars outside of the dots. Keep St. Anthony's away from the house, and should be in pretty good shape here.
And the face-off ends up being won by the Friars off the wall, carried in. Friars trying to settle it. They have possession. Shot blocked again. Puck comes out towards the point. Budakaboli moving it over. Dropped off again, but it leaves the zone, an inadvertent clear, and now Kovacs pressuring. Budakaboli back, sends it up the wall, makes its way to Grasso. He tried to headman it, and the puck ends up being sent all the way down. Icing waved off as that one slipped by the stick of Hurlburt. 2 minutes remaining. Friars trail by 1. Grasso moving it up. Play is broken up. Kovacs sends it back down low. Hurlburt carrying left to right, off the wall, and a cross-ice pass that goes off the near side wall. Kovacs says thank you very much. Knights chip it in on net. Wysotsky leaves it for Hurlburt. Up the wall, off the boot of, I believe that was Carrasco Jr., my apologies. And now Bocard enters, pulls up. He's just going to hold it as his team makes a change and still wheeling his way around the neutral zone, putting on a clinic as Meza Salma now fires it in after receiving a pass from Pascal. And right now, Friars battling for it. Hurlburt has it. Off the wall, looking ahead. Pass is once again picked off by Bocard. Chips it in, paddle the side, 50 seconds remaining. Friars hemmed in their own zone. Meza-Salma on the forecheck. And it's sent around the wall by Karaher. Ends up with Hurlburt off the wall. It's ahead. Wisotsky called to the bench. Friars have to get the zone entry. 35 seconds remaining. Buda Cavoli carrying it to the outside. Looking towards the slot. Backhand feed. It's thrown in front. Loose. Shot blocked by Pascal, and it's picked up by DeRosa. He fires it around the wall, racing after it. It's held in on the backhand. Ebley picks it off the second attempt, sends it towards the empty net. It's rolling, but it goes wide. 15 seconds remaining.
Likely last chance or two here for St. Anthony's. Absolutely have to win the face-off.
And right now, it's going to be Karaher in the dot, matched up against Bocard. And as the face-off ends up being won back by the Knights, they went for the clear. It's held in initially. Karaher shot. Blocker to side, loose in front. They're batting at it. They score! The Friars score! 5.2 seconds remaining. It's a tie game. They bat it out of midair. Too much?
Refs are having a conversation here, but we'll show the replay. No goal call.
No goal.
And you see it right there. It got kicked. Left foot. We'll try to show it again if we have a second, but
I could not see that. Seems like there's a discussion with the coaching staff right now, but let's just take one more look at that.
So if you zero in on
that would be
97
Chong.
left foot right there.
He's trying to move it to his stick. I think he gets that on the side of his skate, so I don't think it was a kicking motion, but it does.
No, it was a kick.
It was a kicking motion? I couldn't really see. Just from my angle, I thought I saw the foot turn inside, and that creates some gray area, but obviously the officials on ice have a better angle of it, and as always, I defer to your judgments. That's it. That's all. The Friars nearly tie this one up, but the Knights come away with it 3-2. In all likelihood, they've just locked up the 5th seed, so congratulations to them, and these Friars will be back. But nothing is given in this league. Everything is earned, and right now their road back to the finals after last year falling just short will go through Sachem. And we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, varsity action, the final game in the best of 3 series, Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls and the St. Anthony's Friars. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.